Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel today. So I'm going to talk about lighting. We're going to explore video production lighting techniques for church video announcements. I'm going to focus specifically on the highly effective and versatile three-point lighting technique. As you probably know, lighting plays a crucial role in capturing high-quality footage that engages and connects with your audience. So let's master that art of three-point lighting for church video announcements. Now, before I get started, I want to quickly discuss the three essential components of what three-point lighting is. We have a key light, we have a fill light, and we have a backlight. Now, the key light is the primary source of illumination, and the fill light reduces the shadows, and the backlight adds depth and separations. Now, by skillfully, and a lot of practice, by manipulating these lights, we can create a visually appealing and professional looking video. Now, the key light. Now, let's begin with what a key light is. Now, the key light is the primary light that you have as the source that highlights and illuminates who the subject is. It's usually positioned at about a 45-degree angle on the subject. Slightly above the eye level, this angle helps create depth and dimension. Now, it also helps avoiding a flat appearance. So when we're setting up the key light, it's super important to consider using a softbox or a diffuser to achieve a soft diffused light that wraps around the subject. The second part is our fill light. Now, let's talk about the fill light. The fill light is positioned on the opposite side of your key light. And what it does is it balances out the shadows that are created by the key light. Its purpose is to reduce the contrast between the brighter and the darker areas of the subject. And it gives you a more natural, flattering look. Now, depending on your subject, no amount of light's going to help. But generally speaking, a softer and less intense fill light compared to the key light, this will just help create a gentle and even illumination across the subject's face. Now, thirdly, and probably just as important, is the backlight. The backlight's positioned behind the subject, aimed towards the back of their head or shoulders. Now, the purpose of this is to separate the subject from the background. It adds depth and visual interest generally. The backlight helps create a three-dimensional effect, and it prevents the subject from blending into the background. To achieve a soft and subtle backlight, you can consider using a backlight with a diffuser or placing it slightly off to the side maybe. Anything you could do to create separation between the subject and the background. Now that we understand what these three components are of the three-point lighting, let's talk about how to set up these lights effectively. You're going to start by positioning your key light at a 45-degree angle to the subject, slightly above the eye level. You'll place your fill light on the opposite side, also at a 45-degree angle. You adjust the intensity to balance out the shadows created by the key light. Finally, position your backlight behind the subject to create separation and depth. Now, you'll have to experiment a little bit with different angles and distances that'll all help you achieve the desired look that you're going for. It all depends on the individual, who you're photographing, and your environment. The different positioning of the lights would really help. I can give you a couple additional tips and techniques here. Before I wrap up, let me share some tricks and tips. Firstly, consider using dimmers or adjusting the intensity of lights to create different moods or atmospheres for your announcements. Secondly, be mindful of the color temperature of your lights to ensure consistency. And you want to avoid unflattering color casts. Lastly, Just don't be afraid to experiment with different types of lighting, different types of light modifiers such as gels or diffusers to add creative effects or soften the light even further. And there you have it. My friends, let's start that over again. There you have it, my friends. We've explored the highly effective and versatile three-point lighting technique for church video announcements. By skillfully manipulating the key light, the fill light, and the backlight, you can create a visually captivating and professional-looking video that engages your audience. I have plenty of different times when I was starting out with video announcements that I just failed miserably. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of that right now. Remember, practice makes perfect. So take the time to experiment, fine-tune your lighting setup. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on church media production. Feel free to leave questions or comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences on lighting, experiences with doing video announcements, or just photography in general. Until next time, keep shining your light, capturing those special moments, and take care. God bless.